do a full Hellcat cost of ownership. And keep in mind, I don't daily drive my Hellcat. I don't daily drive anything, for being honest. About 7 months ago, I bought this car, traded in my Scat. Had a little equity trade in for my Scat, so I was able to not have to put a lot of money down. On top of it, looked good with the banks, showing that it was worth more than I owed, yada yada yada. So when it got this car, it was about $64,000 before everything, $70,000 after taxes, and let's just say $77,000 after taxes, gap, warranty, fees, and the total and the cost of the car. So I really wasn't even planning on getting it, so I didn't fully be able to prepare my credit. So my interest rate is a little bit higher than I was pushing for. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta pay for what you want. I might could have saved maybe $100 or so at the end, but you gotta pay what you want, pay for what you want. So I dropped $2,500 out of my pocket. I was gonna drop more, but when I did the numbers for me keeping this car for 2 years or so, which, stay tuned, I'm not even gonna have it for 2 years. It was just like, I wasn't gonna put the 10 I was planning on putting down on this car. The next car, probably so, but this one, ran the numbers, everything. This was with me putting, what I think, 7,000 down or so, 5,000 down, 5,000 down, 4,500 from this cat, 5,500. I know it was a total of 10,000 down. My payment wasn't going down anything but like $60, $80. But it was high. Basically, it was high. My payment was about to be about $1,100 and some dollars. I want to say about $1,160 or so. So at that point, I'm like, no, like I'm not about to pay no $1,160 for no Hellcat. I wasn't even trying to have another $1,000 bill when I could incorporate all my other bills. But then it was like, man, you gotta pay for what you want. He broke it down to me. He was like, I told him I was pushing for like 900. I didn't know why it was so high. The dude explained to me that this car was basically the double of my Scat, which was true. Definitely was true. Because it actually was almost double, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 by the time I did the warranty and the money down. So yeah, I don't want no smoke. That thing ain't going nowhere, but put my shit back in. Basically, I was like, there's no need for me to, I wasn't gonna do it. Honestly, I left the dealership, he told me it was like $1,160. I said, damn man, 10,000 down, but I still didn't know the numbers. I really didn't even know how much I financed until about 2 weeks later. I was like, dang, I could have ordered a red. I paid $100 more, if that. Got a lower interest rate because it would have been a new car, no miles. Could have paid MSRP if I would have ordered it, all of that. So like, man, your note's gonna be $1,160 a month, $5,500 down, $5,400 down. We got you $4,600 from the Scat. I'm like, God, you serious? 8% interest rate. Like, well, I called him. How about $2,500 down? He was like, hold on, let me see what the bank say. And he say he called in a favor to the bank to try and keep my interest rate the same because I wasn't putting down as much. When you do the math, bro, think about how long you want to keep this car. Take everything into consideration. The only reason why I wish I would have put money down was because of the market. But if you're smart and you know how to maneuver out of cars and maneuver your way through different situations and not just take whatever the people say, it's no problem with you getting out of the car. It's no problem with you not being upside down. It's no problem with you trying to walk out with a couple hundred to a couple thousand in your pocket. Called him. He said, all right, well, I can't. We can still do it. Payment will be $12.15. I said, all right, bet. Keep it in mind, I had already tried to get this number of this car moved down a little bit, but they couldn't because they had paid too much for it. Like, golly. So I left, thought about it on the way home. I ain't even get home. I turned around and called the cameraman, my boy 40. He pulled up, shot the little thing, shot the little intro. I'm gonna drop it right here. It's like a reveal. And like, shit, I bet. So the dude that showed me the car was like, man, this car sold. He want this motherfucker. Like, before I even got approved, I'm around there waiting. I'm waiting like a little over an hour just to see if I'm approved because they just moving so slow. It's a small dealership. So, damn, it's hot, bro. Look at that Georgia weather. God damn. Niggas can't be happy if it's hot or cold. I promise you. Cut this out. So, the car. It's not my problem, not my fault. Because they were still already gonna make money. So, now let's get to gas. When I first got this car, gas was already here. Cat, gas is not the same. Like, it's no comparison. You got a 5.7 on the drone, it's loud, all that. That don't matter. You got a big 707 horsepower boat with a supercharger you gotta pull off strictly gas. And it's not even E85, this ain't nothing. So currently I'm getting 16 miles a gallon just because I was on the road. But normally I'm pushing 7 to 10 miles a gallon, average about 9 or so. I can get about 160 miles to a full tank of gas. That's fucking terrible. But like I said, I don't daily drive this car, so I might fill it up maybe once a week. I came out of town this week, so I didn't put any gas in when I left. I rode around the town a little bit, rode around Atlanta a little bit. Got on the road, got here with gas light on. Line on empty, but I made it though. So just say average person is driving minimum 1,000 miles a month on their car. That's just going to work, going home, may go a place or two. You got a Hellcat, you're not gonna baby it every day. Let's say you maybe can stretch 200 miles a tank. You filling up, especially gas prices now. If I don't find a good gas price, I'm paying $80, $90 for a full tank. So that's just $300 some a month on gas, basically just going from work to home and maybe a place or two. They don't include going out of town, they don't include car meets, whatever you want to do. Riding out with your folks, because when you ride with your folks, your car folks, you're not riding on eco, you're not cruising like I am now. Going. Especially when you get to a straightaway, hitting the gas, hitting the brakes, swerving in and out the traffic, all of that. Gas. Alright. Now let's go to insurance. So insurance, let's say you paying, I heard people paying up to $600 on insurance, but me, honestly, I pay about $200 a month for this car for insurance. So, but we at $12.15 plus. I'm filling up once a week, say $60. I really don't drive. Sometimes I might only put $100 a month in this car on gas. But let's just say you fill up four times out of the month once a week, like everybody. It's about $300 something dollars. Say 7 times 5, 7 times 4. Let's say you put about $300 a month in gas. Most people paying more than $200 a month on insurance for a Hellcat, but I just was able to maneuver my way around and even pay $200 for insurance. So that does not include parking this car when you go out, because when you go out, especially in big cities like Atlanta, you don't want to park your car at general parking or a parking garage or just a random parking lot. So every time I go out, I'm paying $100 a month, $100 to park, even if I'm in the club for an hour or two, because I know I'd rather pay $100 to park than pay $400 for a broken window, then have to deal with that on top of that. Because more than likely it's gonna happen. You gonna come out, see a car, everything gonna be, whatever you left in it, gone. FYI, I don't leave nothing in my car regardless of where I go. Or your car gonna be took if you don't have a security device or an extra device to keep it from being took or keep it from being stolen as quickly. Because most people will give up if they can't get it in a couple minutes, because it's pretty much in and out quick. So where we at? $1,700 a month just on the car. It's just gas, insurance, and car note. Tires also are, if you one of the people like me, I might burn out a set of tires in a month and a half or so. But tires are expensive. Tires are about $250 a piece for decent tires, unless you're going used, which aren't gonna last as long. So let's say I get a new set of tires every 2 months. It's $250, two sets of tires. Say it's $250 a month just to the side of the tires. So now we at $1,950 a month. They don't include anything going wrong with the car. They don't include oil changes. They don't include anything. Oil changes on the Hellcat, say it'd be about $150. So total, I get an oil change every 3 months. So split $50 a month. So total, I'm right at $2,000 a month just in my vehicle, just to keep my head above water. That's me barely driving it, all of that. Of course, it might fluctuate a little, go up and down, just depending on how I'm doing on tires, or if I'm not driving for real, how I am driving for real. Because a lot of times I take this car to town, use my other car just to drive around town and stuff, just a little low key. So we at right at $2,000 a month just on maintenance and upkeep on the Hellcat. But then you got, with this car, everything is expensive. It's just is what it is, because it's basically a super car that's a muscle car with a supercharger in it. So when you say you want to buy a Hellcat, you want a Scat Pack, you want any of that, I recommend that you do your research, because it's more than just the car though. It's more than just the insurance. If you're going from a Honda to a Scat, be prepared to spend about double the amount in gas, because you're not gonna get 400 miles to a tank. You may get 250 in the Scat, maybe even less than that, depending on how you drive. Because when you go into a Scat, especially when you're younger, you dogging that bitch every day. So everything comes along with the territory. What can you handle? What can't you handle? There's nothing wrong with not being able to afford what you want. That's why you have to work hard for it. It took me 2 years to get this car, and I'm still not happy, honestly. I love my car, but I'm not happy with it. I'm never settling. This is not the end goal. So everybody be like, she got a Hellcat, I'm giving me a Hellcat in a year. In a year, I'm not gonna have this Hellcat. I might not even have no Hellcat. I'm going up. And if I choose to get rid of this car, it's not because I can't afford it. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing this by myself. Everything. It's not because I can't afford it. It's not because because it's just too much on him, or he shouldn't have did that, that was so dumb. No, it'll be because I want to free up some of this money. This is why a lot of people get rid of their Hellcats and Scat Packs and play cars, because they grow up out of it. They realize the amount of money I'm spending on this, I can invest in and go pay for me one cash and still have something making me other money. So if I choose to get rid of this car, it'd be to free up that money to use it on other things. Maybe another car for Turo. If you haven't seen, go check out my other car guide. I'm gonna drop that video right there. Maybe, I don't know, might find something I just feel like worth my time, worth my money, and investing. Hey, but look, YouTube, that's the end of the video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more content. We up.